Okay, let's take a look around this 2006 Land Rover Defender 110 TD5 County double cab, finished in Java black with grey cloth interior. It is very windy here today because we're in the middle of I think Storm Helen or something. So apologies for that if you can't hear me particularly well with the wind, but that's how it is. Nice original car, no checker plate on it at all. Spec wise, correct county spec boost alloys, fitted with a matching set of general grabber tyres. It's also got the detachable genuine Eiffel Williams back on it. This one's a two company owned car. Last owner I think were a building company from memory. It is vatable. It's got mud flaps all round. I've left the back open so you can see inside the back. It's obviously been carrying builders stuff and things like that, cement and what have you. I haven't bothered cleaning the back of it because I think most people will want to use it for the same thing. A bit dusty more than anything else. But that's its spec basically. It's a standard spec example, except it has got a newer radio CD in it, but the radio aerial is broken off. But yeah, standard spec example, not been messed with at all. Let's go around and pick out some good bits and bad bits. Obviously the colour shows every mark, but considering what it's been used for and it's done 103,000 miles, not in bad shape. We'll come on to what we can find. Around the front end, all looks pretty straight and tidy around there. The top of the offside front wing has obviously been sat on by a couple of people because it is slightly crinkled up here, but just sat on it, hasn't bent the wing or anything. It's just not quite as straight as it might be just on the wing top, which maybe you can see in the video, maybe you can't, but it's not excessive. Looking down the near side, slight parking dink in the barrel side on the near side front door, but that's about it. We've got a scratch just there above the indicator repeater. Let's have a look inside the front of the chassis there. Hopefully you can see something of what it's like underneath under there. Back up here, front of the roof is all good. Screens, a couple of very small minor chips in it, but nothing really to worry about there. Scuttle cord on the near side is very good. Let's have a look at the near side door. Yeah, there's a slight parking dink just there, and there's a small blemish just there. A couple of scratches around the near side handle. Excuse me. In here, let's say it has been used as a builder's vehicle, so but the headlining is actually quite fine in it. No issues there at all. Passenger seat has lost a bit of its shape just on the outside of the bolster here, but it is a fully carpeted one. It's got all the carpets and the mats. Some of the carpets are a little bit worn underneath the mats. Cubby box has got a bit of wear on the side there as always. All the dash is all in reasonable shape. Obviously it's got the later style doors on it with the rounded edges, so these don't rust in the same way as the earlier doors. Near side rear door, again a couple of minor scratches on it here and here. Inside here in the back, the near side rear seat has got a nick out of the vinyl on the edge of the seat and a mark just there, and it's a tiny bit grubby in the back. It obviously has, you know, people have sat in the back of it probably with dirty boots on and stuff. All down here on the D post, all looks okay. And along the side rail. Near side rear wing, we've got a couple of minor marks on the eyebrow there. Towards the back of the wing, we've got a slight parking dink just there in the barrel side, and it is very slightly misshapen here. You can see it's come outwards slightly. I'll explain why that is in a minute. Let me get round the back. Underneath here, again, hopefully you can see something of the chassis condition under there. Right, okay, I've left the back open, as I say, but it's obviously been, I'll put this up because it's easier to see with this up in front. Bear me a second. Knock that down, knock that down. It's obviously towed a wide trailer. I see this with them, if they do really tight turns and they've got a wide trailer on the back, the trailer tends to collide with this section here and push it in a bit, and that's exactly what's happened on this one. It's pushed the near side rear cross member forward very slightly, and this panel has just been pushed forward a tiny bit. You can probably see the difference in line along there. That's why this panel is slightly out. As I say, it's not an issue. Not to me, it isn't anyway. It's a Defender after all. But that's why it's pushed in slightly that side. It is slightly the other side, but nowhere near as much as this. Doesn't affect the structure of the vehicle. Hasn't affected the cross member in any way. It's just where the left-hand edge of the trailer under a tight turn has just pushed into the cross member. The cross member will always be the bit that gives, so it's just pushed it in very slightly on the near side rear corner. The cross member itself looks pretty solid. We haven't bothered painting it or anything. Those marks on it are exactly as it is, so it is losing a bit of its paint here and there. But tailgate has lost quite a bit of its paint on the top edge, and there's some marks here. The offside corner, as I say, it's done the same thing. Obviously sharp turn to the right, but nowhere near as much as the left hand side. We've got a slight crinkle just there. So yeah, it's done what it's worked in the way that they're supposed to be worked, if you like. Looking down the offside, looks very straight down there. Offside rear wing, we've got a scratch just down there. Oh, one thing I didn't tell you about, we've got a slight dent in the roof on the near side. I forgot about that, apologies. It has broken the paint just a bit there, but it kind of goes from about there downwards. Hasn't split anything or what have you, but there's a small dent in the roof just up there. Let's go back around. Yeah, offside rear wing, we've talked about a couple of marks on it, and there's a couple of blemishes on the eyebrow. Have a look underneath. Offside rear door, a couple of scratches just up here. Roof on this side is fine, there's a couple of scratches, one there and one towards the front. In here we've got a dirty mark just there on the side of the seat, but no more than that, and a bit of a stain in the middle of the seat just there. Offside D-post and side rail all good. Offside door, there's a tiny blemish just there and another one just there. Modesty cover's got a couple of scratches on it from heavy boots getting in and out. Offside front wing, small scuff just there on the eyebrow, a couple of tiny scratches around the front end, and up here on the scuttle corner. Looks all good. Talked about the screen. And then in here, driver's seat, the vinyl is a bit split on the outside edge, and the seat itself has lost a bit of its shape on the outer bolster, but it has done 103,000 miles, as I say. Aside from that, usual bit of wear on the cubby box, as we talked about. That's about it. Drives nicely, quite smart, nice double cab if you ask me. My name is Simon. You can reach me in the office on 0118 907 1495, or you can go to our website, which is www.motodrome.co.uk for any further info.